I'm Steve Hobson, editor of Motor Transport. This year's CV show takes place at the NEC on April 24th to 26th. With over 400 exhibitors expected to fill 4 halls, the 2012 event will be the biggest and best since 2008. We caught up with the chief executives of the 3 CV show partners, Jeff Dunning of the Road Haulage Association, Nick Jones of the Society of Operations Engineers, and Paul Everett of the SMMT, to get their views on what will make CV Show and Workshop 2012 the must-attend event of the year. With the Euro 6 trucks on the horizon in 2014, what do you think the impact of this year's show will be on the Euro 6 debate? Do you think operators will be still keen to buy Euro 5 vehicles, or will they want to keep their powder dry, perhaps look at going to Euro 6 sometime in the near future?
I think the Euro 5, Euro 6 debate is going to be a key theme at the show. I think we're seeing a range of competing strategies emerging both from individual vehicle manufacturers but also operators, and getting an understanding of those and the competing benefits, I'm sure, is going to be something that everyone will want to know about during the course of the show.
I think different operators' purchasing policies are going to be influenced by all sorts of criteria. Euro 6 is a part of that. People will be looking at the replacement programs that they've followed. If they've deferred vehicle purchases, they may not be able to defer them any longer. If they haven't deferred them, they may be looking at Euro 6. One issue for operators is the uncertainty about the additional cost that it will bring and the penalty, if any, in terms of fuel consumption. So it's not just about Euro 6, it's about the complete picture in respect of vehicle replacement policies, and different operators will find different balances. One thing does seem likely though, and that is that there will be operators that will bring purchases forward. So instead of buying vehicles going back to a normal replacement policy over the next 3-4 years, it will be heavily weighted towards the first couple of years, and that will have a big influence on the market.
As far as Euro 5 and 6 are concerned, I'm sure different strategies will be adopted by different organisations. But at least by attending the show, you'll be able to see what the options are and get first-hand evidence from the people there explaining what the advantages and disadvantages are of whatever action you take. So the information will be available for people to make the decision.
What do you think is the role of a commercial vehicle show in today's market, where there is so much information available online through magazines and other sources? Why should operators spend a day of their time going along to the NEC to actually get their hands on some of the products and talk to people face to face?
A CV show offers something, I think, that's different from other experiences. It gives you the time and space not just to look at the competing products and the new products on the market, but actually to get a better understanding of how the whole industry is changing and perhaps get input into your own business strategy, as well as understanding what others are doing.
The role of the CV show, to my mind, is a one-stop shop. We've got every single aspect of the industry represented, whether it's vehicle acquisition, vehicle operation, vehicle maintenance, aftermarket technology, replacement technology. It's all there. So it's a very efficient use of somebody's time. It's also got the obvious advantage is that you can talk to a person. You can't talk to a web page, at least not effectively, and you can discover options that you probably weren't even aware of. So it's a very efficient use of time, it's very cost effective, and I don't think there's many operators that won't get real value out of a day at the CV show.
The role of the show is very much a one-stop shop in that all parts of the industry are covered, from heavy goods vehicles through vans to the aftermarket offerings, and I think it really is the one show in the UK in the road transport industry which you can get this level of information and the breadth of information that you actually need. And in addition, some 16,000 decision makers will be attending the show, and obviously these are the people who you need to impress, and they will actually get what they need as well to make their decisions.
Now, despite the success of the Fair Fuel UK campaign this year, which saw the planned duty rise on diesel postponed, fuel prices are still historically very, very high. What can operators concerned about the environment and about the cost of their fuel expect to see when they go onto the CV show? Do you think low carbon technology is now moving into the mainstream and is more than just a curiosity?
I think low carbon is going to be something of real importance for the long term. We saw an awful lot of new technology at last year's show, I think we'll see even more this time round. If you like, we know there's already regulation on cars and on light commercial vehicles, and I think there's going to be more and more regulatory pressure on the heavy end of the market, and I think it's good for everybody to try and act in advance of that and get their own strategies clear.
I don't think we should underestimate the success of Fair Fuel UK. The simple fact is that today fuel is about 10p a litre cheaper than it would have been without our campaigns, and hopefully we'll achieve even more as this year progresses. Having said that, fuel is a very significant part of the operating costs, and every company has to manage its costs down as much as possible. With the CV show, you've got access to manufacturers that are producing vehicles that are low carbon and therefore low fuel consumption. You've got technology that will help to improve the performance of vehicles like telematics, and you've got things like driver training and routing technology that will make the vehicles far more efficient than they are. That's the win-win situation that I see. If people are trying to reduce carbon, they can also reduce cost at the same time, so that there are real benefits from that sort of technology.
As far as environmental issues are concerned, obviously fuel is one of the most significant costs in running vehicles, and the future has got to go in that direction. So we're going to build up on last show's tenders by people with hybrid and electric vehicles. And this is something which is very much for the future, particularly from our organisation, where the importance of technicians and people who actually run these vehicles and monitor these vehicles is going to be increasingly important.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Steve. Steve, very good. Thank you.
Steve, thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, Paul.
Good.